Hey, many fish. Still September 11th, 2017. And I had to share this with you from the BBC. Cassini, Saturn probe to set up death plunge. Written by Jonathan, Yahweh has given Amos. Of course, the prophet Amos. We'll get back to that. They are apparently wrapping up this Cassini Saturn probe mission, and as of today are executing the course correction that will put it on a path to destruction. Okay? Now, I need to stress that if you don't understand NASA, all the occultish type stuff, you don't have to know everything. But you do need to know that they talk to each other through their deceptive little arms that they control, like NASA and JPL. Two of the biggest, just indescribable deception has been perpetrated by these entities, but I digress. The spacecraft is set to fly close to the giant moon Titan. Look into Titan if you are so inclined. Ties into their world, their belief system. Okay? An encounter that will bend its trajectory enough to send it into the atmosphere. Once the orbit has been tweaked, that means today, once this orbit has been tweaked, nothing can stop the death plunge. Okay? That final flyby of Titan will put Cassini on an impacting trajectory, and there's absolutely no coming out of it. And that's just the bottom line. And of course, you know, it arrived 13 years ago. I believe that there are more than enough indications in this article to prompt me to put out a video, because Cassini's going to die on Friday. Officially, they set that in motion today. September 15th. That's the end of mission. It started the 15th of October 1997. That, ironically enough, is 7,275 days, which equates to exactly 19 years and 11 months. This is also triple sevens right there. 21. You can do many things with it, and that's what they do. Each minion has its own job, its own little thing to carry out, and it sees it as the 777, so on and so forth. But 19 years and 11 months exactly, that seemed a little suspicious to me. And that's why I'm telling you. This mission was named after Jean-Dominique Cassini. Astrology to astronomy. He was fascinated with astrology. This was in the time frame of great change in the world of science. And this guy was one of the forerunners. And he was formally trained by Jesuit scientists. And we can see his work in a variation of mostly Catholic institutions. They welcome in all of these types of things. In 1666, he observed Mars to calculate the planet rotated. Now, you got to understand, when they come up with these things, right? You and I, we may or may not be able to prove that. However, when we get into the depths of what these men were truly working on, they were sorcerers. They were alchemists, magicians. This is all magic. How they figure all the different dimensions. Everything turns out 666 and 33, every angle, declination, the distance to the sun. It's all of it is an illusion. It's a complete lie, and they've been building this entire world in that lie for millennia. And it's all coming to fruition now. So if you're one of these people who is kind of like thinking maybe something is not right in this world, well, you would be correct. And if your belly's doing backflips and you're scared about feeding your kids and paying your mortgage, well, I'll tell you what, you don't need to live in that fear. You need to know Jesus, and it's just that simple. Pick up the Bible and be humble, and he will show you the truth. Cassini's probe death plunge is something that they are going to execute, I believe. I'm just putting it out there because this is what I'm seeing. Friday the 15th. It's just that simple. And BBC, our old Skull and Bones buddies, are behind this every step of the way. And we can get into all the numbers. I mean, it just goes on and on and on, as usual. But nonetheless, that's what I see. From Jonathan Amos. Kind of ironic, isn't it? This is the... I read all of Amos, just trying to see if there was a connection here. But I came across a couple pretty interesting things. You know, he's basically just... God is saying, you know, seek me and you shall live. Because his children, Israel, are just not listening. Like they always seem to not listen. You know, and ye shall live lest he break out like fire in the house of Joseph and devour it. You know, it's all here. Seek him that maketh the 7 stars and Orion, and turneth the shadow of death into morning, and maketh the day dark with night, that calleth for the waters of the sea, and pour them out upon the face of the earth. The Lord is his name. Seriously? None of this relates to our current time, does it? Pardon my sarcasm. Look into NASA if you never have, so you can understand the deception that they put in. It's just really sad. And seek Jesus. Open the Bible, start reading, and ask for the truth. Start at Matthew. If you've never read the Bible and you're curious, just start at Matthew. Ask for the truth, and believe me, from there you won't believe the ride you're about to be on. It's awesome. So there you have it. September 11th, 2017. Peace and grace to all. Any fish.
Finally, my brethren, be strong in the Lord, and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armour of God, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Wherefore take unto you the whole armour of God,